Harry's been on yet another podcast, guys. Yet another one.
This one is next week, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll just make the phone call.
Yeah. He's been talking about the danger of social media with kids, kids having mobile phones, and also touches a little bit on kids' photographs being posted up online. Now,
And it's worth remembering that just a couple of weeks ago, in that interview that Prince William did with Eugene Levy, he said, our kids don't have phones either, and we're very strict on that. And particularly dinner time is a time for chatting, but no phones at all in the Wales household.
And neither in the Sussex household. And so it feels a little bit like you're both saying the same thing. Wouldn't it be great if you joined forces?
Oh, there it is. The subtle little PR pitch disguised as friendly panel chatter. Did you catch it? Because that, wouldn't it be great if you joined forces? Line wasn't random. That was the moment they exposed what the royal machinery's been quietly trying to do for months, attach William to Harry's success story. And honestly, the desperation is palpable. They've realized Harry's projects, the ones he personally builds, commits to, and actually sees through, keep succeeding. Meanwhile, William's ventures have the lifespan of a mayfly. A big launch, a fancy photo op, then poof, silence. Let's be real. If this was about shared values, they wouldn't be saying join forces. They'd just praise both brothers individually for addressing the issue of social media safety. But no, it's not about the issue. It's about proximity to Harry. Because in 2025, proximity to Harry means credibility. So, the clip starts with Charlene White saying, Harry's been on yet another podcast, guys. Yet another one. And I had to pause right there because there it is. The tone. The same one we've heard 100 times before. That slight eye roll, that he's talking again energy. It's so predictable. They treat Harry speaking about serious issues as though it's some kind of inconvenience to them. Then Charlene continues, explaining that Harry was talking about the dangers of social media for kids, how children having phones too early can be harmful, and how parents should be more careful about posting kids' pictures online. All very reasonable, thoughtful stuff. You'd think anyone would commend him for it. But before she even finishes, Chris Shipp jumps in, like he's been waiting for his cue. It's worth remembering that Prince William said the same thing a few weeks ago in that Eugene Levy interview. Their kids don't have phones either, and they're strict about that. And right there, you can see the agenda sliding into place. Suddenly, Harry's message isn't his anymore. It's been hijacked to create yet another royal comparison. They can't just let Harry have a moment of independent credibility. No, they have to drag William into it. Because apparently, the future king must always be part of the conversation, even when it's not about him. Then Charlene jumps back in. Neither in the Sussex household, so it feels a little bit like you're both saying the same thing. Wouldn't it be great if you joined forces? Ah, there it is. The golden line. The mask-off moment. Wouldn't it be great if they joined forces? It sounds innocent, like she's just making a sweet suggestion about family unity. But anyone paying attention knows exactly what that really means. It's not about togetherness. It's about strategy. It's about optics. It's about the royal establishment trying to attach William to Harry's success, because they've finally realized one hard truth. The spare is outshining the heir. They've watched Harry go from strength to strength, while William's projects keep fizzling out after the press launch. Harry starts something, he builds it, he finishes it, and it works. William starts something, he gives a speech, they take some glossy photos, and then nothing. Silence. Dust. You can practically feel the desperation now. This idea that Harry should join forces with William is really them saying, Harry, come carry the heir's reputation on your back, would you? Because they know exactly what happens when Harry gets involved in something. It thrives. Just look at the track record. The Invictus Games. His vision, his creation, his blood, sweat, and tears. And now, over a decade later, it's still changing lives. Then there's the Parents Network, a genuine support and advocacy group for families who've suffered from the harms of social media. It's impactful, emotional, and rooted in empathy. That's real leadership. Meanwhile, William is still out here repeating no phones at dinner, as though he's cracked the secret code to parenting. Great message, sure, but where's the action? Where's the follow-through? That's why the media is nudging this idea of them teaming up again. They know William standing alone doesn't command the same respect. Harry has credibility because his work speaks for itself. William has coverage because he's next in line, and they're desperate to merge those two images before the gap gets even wider. It's the same tired playbook. Step 1. Downplay Harry's independence. Step 2. Mirror his words through William. Step 3. Suggest collaboration, not because it's needed, but because it benefits the crown. But here's the twist. Harry doesn't need to work with William. It's William who needs to work with Harry. The palace knows it. The media knows it. The only person pretending otherwise is William himself. This isn't new either. They've been trying to attach William to Harry's success for years. Remember when the Invictus Games first started? The palace PR machine tried so hard to frame it as a joint royal initiative. They wheeled out William and Kate to attend a few early events, just so it would look like a team effort. But when it became obvious that Harry was the driving force, that the veterans connected with him, that facade collapsed. And the palace quietly backed off, letting Harry shine alone. Now here we are again, full circle. Another successful project. Another impactful message. And once again, the royal media brigade is trying to hitch William to Harry's credibility. And it's funny how quickly their tone shifts. When Harry talks alone, it's yet another podcast. But when William says the same thing, suddenly it's the heir's thoughtful parenting insight. Give me a break. When Harry speaks, it's oversharing. When William copies, it's wisdom. The hypocrisy is wild. And what's more revealing is how strategic this has become. They can't bear seeing William overshadowed by Harry's independence, so they keep dangling this idea of a reunion. Wouldn't it be great if the brothers worked together again? Translation. Wouldn't it be great if we could borrow some of Harry's credibility and sprinkle it on the heir's image? Because here's the truth. William's team has resources, PR experts, and endless press support. Yet his projects still lack heart. They're polished, but not powerful. Planned, but not passionate. That's why they need Harry, because he's authentic and people can feel that. The palace loves to say, Harry walked away from duty, but ironically, Harry's the only one who's doing the work that royal duty is supposed to be about. Service, compassion, and meaningful change. He's not just shaking hands and cutting ribbons. He's building initiatives that actually help people. And every time he does, it reminds the world of how little the rest of them deliver. That's the part the royal PR machine can't fix. They can't fabricate authenticity. So the next best thing? Try to borrow it. It's also fascinating how they use the media to test these ideas, like trial balloons. ITV's "Wouldn't it be great if they joined forces?" isn't a spontaneous thought. It's a carefully planted narrative to gauge public reaction. If people respond positively, boom, it becomes the new talking point. The brothers may reunite for a joint initiative. It's a soft rebranding of William through Harry's credibility. But let's not forget, they tried to do the same thing with Meghan too. Every time Meghan succeeded, suddenly there was a royal copycat project in the works. When Meghan launched her SmartWorks capsule collection that genuinely helped women re-enter the workforce, the palace rushed to highlight Kate's charitable fashion moments. When Meghan guest-edited Vogue with a focus on women's empowerment, the next thing you knew, there were whispers that Kate was considering something similar. It's the same formula every time. The Sussexes create, the palace imitates, the press spins it as inspired by. And honestly, it's exhausting to watch. Because instead of giving Harry and Meghan credit for blazing their own trail, the establishment constantly tries to fold their work back under the royal umbrella, to make it seem like they never truly left, as though their success somehow belongs to the family. But here's the difference. Harry's success is earned. William's is inherited. And that's why this narrative of joining forces feels so hollow. They don't want collaboration. They want control. They want to bring Harry's glow back into the fold so it can reflect off the heir's image. Except it won't work. Because the public can see through it now. We've watched Harry evolve from the spare to a leader in his own right. And you can't unsee authenticity once you've seen it. You can't rebrand real compassion into something palace-approved. When Harry shows up to meet grieving parents or veterans, it's not a photo op. It's connection. When William shows up, it's scheduled, scripted, and heavily choreographed. One is human, the other is PR. And that's why these attempts to link them again feel so desperate. They know William's image doesn't hold up on its own anymore. The media's tired of recycling the same future king headlines that lead nowhere. So they look at Harry, the one they mocked for leaving, and realize he's the one who actually built something sustainable. So of course, they want him back in the frame. They need him. The heir without a successful track record is a branding nightmare. But the spare who became a success story? That's a narrative they'd love to co-opt. And it's funny because if Harry ever did work with William again, we all know how that story would go. The headlines would scream, Prince William leads new royal initiative, supported by Prince Harry. The heir takes the spotlight, the spare becomes the sidekick, and history repeats itself. But Harry's smarter than that now. He knows how this game works. He's built his own lane, his own purpose, his own platform. He doesn't need to join forces with someone who only sees him as a PR lifeline. So when ITV says, wouldn't it be great if they joined forces? My answer is no, it wouldn't. Because we know exactly who benefits. It's not the people Harry's trying to help, and it's certainly not Harry. It's the institution that never appreciated him until they realized how much they lost when he walked away. Let's just call this what it is. Desperation. A scramble to connect the floundering heir to the thriving spare. Because while William's team is busy planning photo ops, Harry's out there creating real impact. While one is chasing applause, the other is changing lives. And that's the irony of it all. The royal family spent years trying to make Harry look insignificant, but now they can't function without invoking his name. So no, Charlene, it wouldn't be great if they joined forces. It would just be another PR move to repackage Harry's success as royal teamwork. And Harry doesn't need that. His legacy is already secure, not because of titles or institutions, but because he actually did the work. William can keep waiting for the credit. Harry's already earned it.
Hi there, my name is Given, a huge fan of Harry and Meghan. I hope you enjoyed Selena's presentation. For our subscribers, thank you so much for your support, and if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly remember to do so. Have a nice time and see you in the next one. Bye.